Hey man, let's cut through the noise, because most men are still lost when it comes to this. They think ignoring a woman is about being toxic, that it's cruel, that it's manipulative. But what they don't realize is that ignoring a woman, when done with strength, not spite, is one of the most powerful and liberating things a man can do. It's not about punishing her, it's not about playing games, it's about reclaiming your value. It's about showing without a single word that your time, your energy, your presence is a privilege, not a guarantee. Because when you stop reacting, stop chasing, stop explaining, you force her to feel something most women rarely experience in this attention-addicted world: the loss of your energy. You need to understand something crucial: attention is power. And when you hand it out freely, without standards, without respect, without reciprocation, you give away your power. You become just another guy in the digital crowd, just another text, just another dopamine hit. But when you withdraw that attention, when you go cold, quiet, unbothered, it sends a shockwave through her emotional world. Suddenly, she's not sure. Suddenly, she's checking your page, rereading your messages, wondering why you haven't called. That silence, that absence, it echoes in her mind louder than any words ever could. The modern woman is addicted to being pursued. She's used to validation at her fingertips. A post, a selfie, a story, instant attention. Guys sliding in, complimenting her, begging for her time. And because of that, she's numb, desensitized. Your affection doesn't hit the same if it's too available. But when you step back, when you ignore her not to manipulate, but because you know your worth, suddenly she wakes up. Suddenly the man she thought she could predict becomes a question mark. And women chase mystery far harder than they chase clarity. When you ignore her, her ego starts to panic, but her heart starts to remember. She begins to romanticize you, to idealize you, to question whether she misjudged your value. Why? Because women are emotional. And emotions aren't logical, they're associative. When you were giving her attention, she associated that with safety and control. But when it disappears, that same pattern triggers fear. What happened? Did he find someone better? Was I not enough? And it's in that uncertainty, not in your words, that attraction is rekindled. But let's get one thing straight. You don't ignore her because you want her back. You ignore her because you finally understand you don't need her. You finally see how much of your power you were giving away, just for a smile, a reply, a maybe. And you're done with that. You're not punishing her, you're prioritizing you. You're stepping into your masculine energy fully, without apology. Because any woman who needs your full attention to remember your value never truly saw it in the first place. This is the secret most men miss. A woman doesn't feel a man's strength when he's proving himself. She feels it when he's indifferent, when he's centered, when he doesn't flinch at her withdrawal, when he can walk away without resentment. That kind of man lives in her mind forever, because she knows, deep down, that nothing she does can control him. And that's the exact kind of man she ends up craving, the one she couldn't shake. You might think ignoring her will make her move on faster, but here's the twist. It often does the opposite. When you disappear, she expects you to come back. She expects the apology text, the just checking in, the subtle story reply. But when it doesn't come, her internal world goes into chaos, and feminine energy thrives off that emotional spiral. She starts watching everything you do, looking for signs, reading between lines, and the longer you stay silent, the louder her attachment becomes. Ignoring her properly requires discipline, not bitterness. It means you're not lurking on her socials, you're not asking about her through friends, you're not stalking her stories like a ghost. You've truly detached, and detachment is attractive. It creates space for reflection, for regret, for longing, because while she's caught in a cycle of impulsive emotion, you've exited the game entirely. And that's what haunts her most. Not that you're silent, but that you're free. The kind of man she falls hardest for is the one who doesn't need her at all. Not the man who simps, not the man who checks in daily, not the man who becomes her emotional support dog, but the one who says with his actions, if you value me, you'll show it. If not, I walk. That man is rare. That man is dangerous. That man is unforgettable. You don't teach a woman to respect you through conversation. You teach her through absence, through walking away when her energy shifts, through silence when she crosses a line, through restraint when you know your words won't be heard. And once you master that level of emotional control, you become the man every woman tests, but only the rare few ever keep. Most men are addicted to closure. They want answers, they want to be understood, they want to fix things, but the high-value man knows better. He knows silence is more powerful than any explanation. That if she didn't value him when he was there, she doesn't deserve his voice once he's gone. And this doesn't make him heartless, it makes him wise. Your energy is your leverage, not your gifts, not your words, not your effort, your presence. And when you remove that presence, you shift the entire dynamic. She feels the void, she recognizes the cost, and more often than not, she chases that void just to feel whole again. She will test you in the silence. She'll post subtly provocative things. She'll send a casual message. She'll try to bait a response. But remember, your power lies in non-reactivity. You don't respond to breadcrumbs. You don't reward low effort. If she wants back in, she has to earn it. Through actions, through change, through respect. When you ignore her long enough, one of two things will happen. Both in your favor, she'll either level up and return with clarity, or she'll fade away and reveal her true lack of interest. Either way, you win. Because you're not in this for temporary validation. You're in it for alignment. And if she can't meet your energy, she can't have your presence. Most women aren't used to men who elevate after the silence. They expect you to sulk, to wait, to spiral. But when she sees you glowing up, focused, in the gym, building your life without her, that's when the regret hits. That's when she realizes she lost more than just a man. She lost a mission, a future, a grounded presence that doesn't come around twice. Ignoring a woman is not a tactic, it's a transformation. You're not doing it to play hard to get. You're doing it because you've finally gotten hard to impress. You're not interested in emotional roller coasters. You're building a kingdom. And if she's not peace, she's a liability. Here's the painful truth. Most of what you thought was love was actually attachment, anxiety, uncertainty, validation seeking. And the moment you go silent, the illusion breaks. You see her for who she is. She sees you for who she never appreciated. And that space, that distance, it heals more than any late-night apology ever could. Silence forces clarity. It reveals her character, her values, her capacity to self-reflect. And if she uses that silence to level up, to return with peace, to show up with consistency, you can talk. But if not, you stay gone. Because a man who values himself does not return to confusion. The masculine energy that attracts women most isn't loud. It's still, calm, controlled, detached. It doesn't beg. It doesn't argue. It doesn't chase. It simply exists. Confident, decisive, unbothered. And when a woman feels that energy, she either surrenders or runs. And either outcome is a blessing. Let your silence be your boundary. Let your absence be your lesson. Let your growth be your revenge. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to explain yourself. You're not here to manage her emotions. You're here to protect your peace. Don't break your silence for nostalgia, or loneliness, or guilt. If she truly valued you, she would have acted like it when she had the chance. You don't rescue people from the consequences of disrespect. You let them feel it. The man who ignores with strength, not ego, is the man who rewrites the script. He stops trying to be loved and starts demanding to be respected. He stops trying to be perfect and starts being real. And women feel that shift instantly. It changes the entire emotional frequency. She doesn't want you to fall apart without her. She wants to know that you're unshakable, that you're stable, that you're not hers because you need her, but because you choose her. And the only way she sees that is in your silence. Some women will come back, but not all should be let back in. Just because she returns doesn't mean she's changed. Watch her actions, watch her attitude, watch her respect. Because you didn't go silent just for her to come back the same. You went silent to upgrade your life. Don't trade peace for chaos just because it looks pretty this time. In the end, ignoring her isn't about her at all. It's about you. It's about your power, your dignity, your masculine center. And when you lead with that, when you stop giving energy to things that drain you, the entire game changes. You no longer chase love, you attract devotion. And that, brother, is when the women who once took you for granted start asking themselves, how the hell did I lose that man?